When Life magazine published the intimate photo essay, A Harlem Family, by Gordon Parks in 1968, the response from the readership was overwhelming. In the essay, Parks followed the Fontanelles, a destitute African-American family struggling to survive in Harlem. The story that documented the family's challenges faced by poverty resonated deeply with the readers across the country, leading to an outpouring of support, letters, and donations from concerned individuals who were moved by Parks' images and the Fontanelles' plight. While Gordon Parks' remarkable body of work covers a diverse range of subjects, he is perhaps best remembered for his narrative photo essays, and A Harlem Family may be his most exceptional picture story of all. The powerful photo essay shocked the nation and gave a glimpse into the lives of a marginalized family that many had never imagined. Born into poverty himself as the youngest of 15 children and into a segregated Kansas in 1912, Parks infused his photographic storytelling with a deep desire to spark social change. His sensitivity allowed him to deeply connect with his subjects, driven by a genuine desire to portray their experiences authentically and respectfully. In the summer of 1967, Parks served as a staff photographer for Life magazine that tasked him with exploring the roots of the ongoing civil unrest across various U.S. cities. During the long hot summer of '67, Black America protested, marched, and rioted for equal rights and opportunities. Deprived areas marked by racial segregation and poverty were largely unfamiliar to most white Americans. Despite improvements in job opportunities, income levels, and educational achievements, poverty rates in New York City increased between 1969 and 1979. The assignment from Life brought Parks back to Harlem after his first arrival in March 1933, long before he had achieved success and recognition as a respected photojournalist. At the time, Parks was broke, unemployed, and deeply affected by the humiliating experience of racial segregation and discrimination himself. In his essay, Parks offers a personal glimpse into the world of Bessie and Norman Sr., two parents grappling with the heart-wrenching challenge of providing for their children while clinging on to the hope amidst a life filled with challenge and worry. The family struggled to make ends meet after Norman Sr. was let go of his job. Parks' gritty black and white photographs uncover the multitude of hardship brought to the family in the face of poverty. A cold flat in winter with the oven as the only source of warmth, holes in the walls that give way for roaches and rats, a losing battle against dirt and filth, and domestic violence as an expression of desperation. But at the same time, Parks also acknowledges the moments of warmth and hope. The siblings helping each other with homework, Bessie's attempt to make for a homely flat, or just the simple, warming words of a son telling his mother how beautiful she was. By spending significant time with the family and becoming an integral part of their daily struggles and joys, Parks transcended the surface-level portrayal of poverty and delved into shared human experiences. Through his unique approach, he allowed readers to draw parallels between their own lives and the experiences of the Fontanelles. The piece was published in a special section on race and poverty titled The Negro and the City. Parks' dedication to authentic storytelling, combined with his genuine compassion for his subjects, set him apart as a master photojournalist. In the 50s, he became the first African-American staff photographer at Life magazine. Parks was drawn to photography when he stumbled upon the work of documentary photographers employed by the Farm Security Administration in a magazine. The most famous photograph taken by a photographer working for the FSA is undoubtedly My Grandmother by Dorothea Lange. Inspired by those works, and with no formal training, Parks taught himself photography and developed a unique style that would soon allow him to join the FSA himself. Parks' success as a photojournalist allowed him to break through the racial barrier, allowing him to explore the consequences of poverty, racism, and other forms of discrimination through his work. His work with the Fontanelle family and his overall approach to photography demonstrated the power of images to foster understanding, empathy, and connection among diverse audiences. Another famous photo essay of racial segregation in the US around a similar time is Robert Frank's photo book, The Americans. But where Frank's perspective was one from the outside, Gordon Parks' early life experiences in poverty, coupled with his years of living and working in Harlem, allowed him a uniquely insightful perspective. Parks described it himself by saying, "I had suffered the squalor and despair of the black ghetto, and I had celebrated the luxury and good life of the white world. I knew, in other words, how people lived on both ends of town." But Parks began the assignment not without critical contemplation. The infinite ethical question of documentary photography and who it benefits more worried him. The comfort of his new life in contrast to the misery of the Fontanelles' cold surroundings, knowing that a lifetime of beautiful moments awaited him, whereas the Fontanelles would be imprisoned in their misery forever. In his memoir, A Hungry Heart, Parks admits that he had to remind himself of the greater purpose the essay was to serve. And because Parks understood that genuine storytelling required more than fleeting snapshots, demanding a profound understanding of his subjects and their stories, Parks immersed himself in the family's lives, forging bonds both as a journalist and a friend. By treating the Fontanelles as equals and as collaborators, he elevated their narratives from mere photographs to captivating tales that resonated with readers on a deeply personal level. So, revisiting Harlem in 1967, Parks aimed to find out whether conditions had improved since his first visit in 1933. Regrettably, he found that the situation had worsened, leading him to conclude, had things changed? Yes, but for the worse.
But I've been trying to tell a man in certain minute terms. This has been here for years. Nobody's concerned about that.
A Harlem Family emerged at a pivotal moment in American history, aimed to bridge divides and demonstrate that regardless of race and class, families across America shared a common desire to provide a better life for their children. The Fontanelle photographs not only capture a specific moment in Harlem's history and culture, but also embody Parks' profound belief in the camera as his weapon of choice and the transformative potential of art in shaping visual culture. Parks' essays struck a chord with life's overwhelmingly white readership. Generous financial contributions followed the publication that proved to be a lifeline for the Fontanelles.
I got Life magazine to give me enough money, along with the money that came in from outside, and bought them a home.
The family was able to relocate to a new home in Queens, and Norman Sr. was able to secure a job.
They had furnished the whole apartment, with everything. And when I used to go by there, the big dining room where we ate, everybody sat around and they ate at the same time. It was like a different change in our lives where we didn't have that coming up as kids.
However, their newfound comfort was tragically short-lived. In the spring of 1969, Norman Sr. celebrated his new job with a friend and returned drunk to his new home, where he lit a cigarette and fell asleep. A devastating fire claimed the lives of both Norman Sr. and 9-year-old Kenneth. Bessie Fontanelle suffered serious injuries and had to be hospitalized.
I remember the whole right side of the house, like just flames just coming out, and I could feel the heat. smelling smoke, and everyone was panicking up there. My brother jumped down. One of my brothers jumped down, and everyone else had to jump, and he was like catching them.
After the fire, Bessie returned to Harlem with her remaining children. Throughout his life, Parks stayed in touch with the Fontanelle family. Apart from the oldest daughter, Diana, and the youngest son, little Richard, all children passed away before the 30th birthday. Richard got married and had 4 children, of which he named one after Gordon Parks. Parks believed in the power of his storytelling to foster understanding and compassion among people of all backgrounds. Throughout his career, Parks remained an activist and advocate, using his platform to raise awareness about the struggles faced by families like the Fontanelles. Gordon Parks' legacy transcends his role as a pioneering photographer, artist, musician, and filmmaker. It is testament to his unwavering commitment to social justice. His work continues to inspire photographers, journalists, and activists today, reminding us of the importance of telling stories that challenge, enlighten, and unite us as human beings.